My teacher was really nice. He was really apologetic for what he had done.
I've been wanting to talk to my teachers and ask them, what can I do with a sociology degree?
I haven't been able to pay my rent for at least 3 months now.
I'd totally be lying if I said I didn't care what anyone thought, but I try not to have that affect my life, and of course I let it happen that time.
No one's calling you Hitler.
I even knew I wanted to go to college before, even in middle school when most kids don't know much about college, I knew I wanted to do something, go to college and then do something else besides just doing the boring job anyone can get. I wanted a job that required a degree or something. It's a goal of mine to be better than I am now, just to keep improving. I eventually want to go to a big art school. I feel if I succeed in college, it's going to help me just keep moving up. My dad sacrifices living with us and only coming home on the weekends. Obviously you go to college, you get better jobs that pay more, and when I have a family, I want to be able to be a part of their life a week long, all week, not just a 2-day thing.
I know it sounds kind of nerdy to some people, but I think I'm looking forward to talking with people who are more on my level and who are more interested in education and learning. The thing that I'm looking most forward to would be the increased maturity. Started middle school at a private Christian school. The kids there didn't care about academics. After school, everyone would just go and get high. One of my friends, he overdosed. He went into a catatonic state and he was basically brain dead. And he died a couple days after he overdosed. His friends, they went out and they drank for him, and they didn't learn from it. And it's unreal how some people don't put that together logically, or some people don't want to put it together logically, but as far as college goes, I can only hope that being in a more mature atmosphere will make them more mature people, and it may or may not.
I'm going to the mall. I need a job, really bad. I really want to be a sales associate, especially because I'm studying business. Probably a sales associate would probably give me pretty good experience for a later career. I feel really exhausted, and kind of nervous at the same time, because you don't know which jobs you may be hiring or which jobs may be looking for certain people, or if they're just looking for a certain type of person with experience, or if they're looking for ones to train for new experiences. I don't know. So I'm just kind of on the edge of hoping just somebody will give me a job.
I'm still getting used to being away from home. It's strange not being able to go home to your parents or go back to your own bed. It's a new place, and I don't really know my way around that well. I can get to major locations. I know how to get to the bank and Cold Stone, the important places.
Hi. What can I help you with today? I went to high school for 3 years, and then I took my senior year with the College Connection program. I didn't take any electives all 3 years, just because I really liked that whole setting, hard classes and stuff like that. I took all AP classes. So my senior year was going to be 5 electives. So that wasn't really for me. So I wanted to, get ahead and go to college, and then I got 13 transferable units. So now I'm coming here to my first real semester, but I already have 13 units under my belt. And a lot of people think I'm crazy for it, but I love being busy with schoolwork. I really like to stretch my brain, and I know that the further I can get in school, the better possible job I can get in the end. So any job that I have up until I have my career job isn't really, more important to me than getting the schooling to get the better job. So, I'm really keeping my doors open, and, I'm saying that right now I want to be an interior designer, but if I find something else along the way, I'm more than willing to go and try those paths.
So far, my class has been pretty good. I haven't had too much homework.
It's a lot different than I thought. It's a lot slower than I thought.
In high school, you didn't have to do so much research.
Like the homework, like at first I'm like, oh, it's not too big of a deal, but now I'm having exams and quizzes a lot, and there's a lot of studying and extra homework that goes along with that.
But in college, they give you okay, this is what you do, kind of figure it out yourself. They don't really hold your hand in college like they do in high school.
It's just it's starting to, at the beginning, getting to me, I'm worrying about finding a job and then homeworks. And once I do get a job, how am I going to do homework and everything else? So, yeah, I'm trying to anticipating the big hill.
It's challenging. I kind of expected. I didn't really expect college to be like that, but it's different.
In my human sexuality class, no one knows each other at all. It's 2 or 3 people that are always asking questions. No one else asks them.
Whenever I'm in class, I'm always hesitant to speak up because I don't want to ask a stupid question. Maybe I don't understand something, but everybody else does. I don't want the person next to me to look over and be like, gosh, I can't believe you don't understand that. Come on, everybody understood that, not you. So I don't want to be that person that just sits there and feels stupid for asking this question.
I literally was moving my hand up to raise it, and then I was like, wait, I haven't said anything in this class, and I just didn't want to be embarrassed. Justified it by not, oh, I'll just email the teacher later, and then of course I didn't remember, so my question didn't get answered. I don't know. I would totally be lying if I said I didn't care what anyone thought, but I try not to have that affect my life, and of course I let it happen that time.
I used to not talk that much at all. And just 2 days ago, in a class of 150 students, the teacher was like, what is Parkinson's law? And and everybody was looking through their books and scrambling because we were, she was going to delay a test if somebody got the right answer. And nobody else knew the answer, and I was just like, you know what, this would be a great time for me to show that I'm not just restricted to myself, and I can break out of that. So I raised my hand and I told her the definition, and everybody was giving me a pat on the back. So sometimes tackling yourself is a really good way to advance yourself.
And that would be what? How about this?
Normally, my teachers are pretty much okay with me coming late. As long as I don't disrupt the class, coming quietly. I did come into my oral musicianship class late last week, carrying a Monster. I don't normally drink them frequently. One day I came back to my room, my roommate opened up the fridge and goes, Dalton, look what I have. And there was 8 things of Monsters in there. And he goes, just help yourself, whatever, don't even worry about it. So I've been drinking those occasionally. I'm not addicted to caffeine by any means. Not yet, at least.
Your living environment can definitely affect what you eat.
I don't like eating vegetables because I'm an unhealthy person. I have terrible eating habits. I know it's sort of stereotypical for kids to only eat burgers and fries and stuff like that, and that's exactly what I'm doing now. I'm sort of conforming to that stereotype. You shouldn't be consciously saying, okay, what am I going to eat? Just for the sake of staying healthy.
That's just like a crazy statement because it's just, I don't know, it's just because food is like one of the main like factors of being healthy.
You know, in the back of your mind, you have to keep in mind what's going to be good for you in the long run instead of what tastes good right now, you know?
I think I eat whatever makes me feel happy at the moment because usually that's like the one time a day I eat. So yeah, I always eat crappy, greasy food that's not really good for me.
Financially, I can only afford peanut butter and jelly so far, so like I just have it in my room, and like I have probably a loaf of bread somewhere around here, and I just like make a sandwich really fast if I have to, like if I'm late for class and I can't make a decent breakfast, so I'll just pull out some bread and make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich right before I leave.
I have every reason to eat more healthy, you know, eat a salad every once in a while, but maybe that's some part of me that's still immature. I'm not mature enough to take food seriously or nutrition seriously. And I know it's sort of hypocritical to, know that I would benefit from eating healthier and still eat, these fries and this burger anyway. So
at home, if I was bored, if I was watching TV or something, I would usually snack on a bag of chips or crackers or something like that. Something generally pretty small. But the fact that I was snacking so much was bad for my health. And here, when I first came here, I did have some snacks that I was eating every now and then, but they eventually ran out. And then rather than going to buy more, I just stopped snacking. I've lost quite a bit of weight. It makes me feel really good about myself. I've actually lost 8 inches on my waist, which is really nice.
I'm tired, and then being tired, you when you get hungry, you don't want to make food. So when you're at your house, you find the easiest stuff, which is the crappiest, unhealthy stuff. And so it's just like a vicious cycle kind of. And I don't know, it's a big bummer, but because I was on the swim team my senior year of high school, and so I saw the best my body could be. And then in college, I'm getting the worst, I think.
Normally I go to the gym 5 days a week, but now currently I've been going to the gym 2 days a week because I've had so much homework lately because finals are coming up.
It's weird enough, but I think I had more energy then. And I guess after working out, you have energy, but it's the thought of going in there and starting up. It's just I wouldn't have enough energy to just jump on a treadmill sometimes, some of these days.
During my junior year in high school, I was doing the AP program, which with all the homework that I had to do with that, I was up every night until about 3 o'clock in the morning. And so I'm just kind of having to get back into the mentality of what I had to do back then. Because then I was getting about 3 hours of sleep every night.
I am not getting enough sleep, I can say that as a fact.
I get from 2 to 6 every night of hours of sleep.
I was up till 3 last night, and I got up at 8 this morning, and I had my last speech for communication studies. And it was one of those things after you finished and you're oh